Hello and welcome to another Pauper video. I'm Kalikaiz. Today I'm going to be playing Blue-White Familiars again, but a very different list than what I usually play. We are playing Jolted Awake, an energy card. We're playing Fallaji Archaeologist. We're not playing MULLDRIFTER. This is completely different. So this is a list that somebody played. I think it was Gregorius Util, but they're playing Cryogen Relic and Fallaji Archaeologist with 4 Ghostly Flickers and trying to just dig really hard and eventually high tide combo kill your opponent, either decking them with compulsive research or attacking with a bajillion murmuring mystic tokens. So I'm sort of taking my 18 land mana base with 4 Lorien Revealed here, playing 4 God for Us Faithful, and then in order to fix the hand, I'm going to be playing 4 Brainstorm with no preordains, using the Ash Barrens and the Lorien Revealed, and even the Fallaji Archaeologist to kind of like fix your hand up. We're playing 2 High Tides, and then Fallaji Archaeologist, it mills 3 cards, and you could put a non-creature, non-land from those cards into your hand. Because of this, Mortuary Mire is bad, as Teasdale and Reese talked about on the Casting Commons podcast, because Archaeologist could mill your Mortuary Mire. So we're playing an instant, or a instant or sorcery, so a sorcery that can get creatures back instead. This means that we could potentially deck out and die. Mortuary Mire stops that, but oh well. It's going to be what it's going to be. We're looking to just eventually high tide. And then also, you've got your Cryogen Flicker, which is so just an insane combo. So we want to max out on that. I'm excited to try this out. This is something that I was reticent to try, but it looks pretty sweet actually. So let's see how it goes. See you in the matches. Thanks for watching. Did you know you could get sideboard guides on patreon.com/Kalikaiz? And did I mention you can get early access to videos on the YouTube page in the membership section? And if you like these videos, make sure to like and subscribe. We're here in round 1 on the draw. 2 Chanceries as our only lands, so this is effectively a no land hand. We mulligan. This is a great hand. We have everything we want. Let's just keep. I don't think we need the Brainstorm here. We have High Tide, Snap, Cryo. Opponent's on Island, which is not great. We'll play Island and pass. So I guess we need at least 1 more High Tide or a couple more lands if we want to go High Tide, Snap, and win the game. Probably not going to be something that's going to be easy to set up here. Opponent Brainstorms. I'm going to assume, I do like this Odyssey basic island. That's pretty sweet. I'm going to assume that they are on Terror. Yes. So they Thought Scar themselves, revealing they are indeed Terror. Let's see if they have a land drop. If they didn't have a land drop, they would have kept the Lorien Revealed and then cycled that on upkeep instead. They're playing a Ponder, so I guess I should just put the Cryogen on the table just to play through Spell Pierce and then get a card draw. And then on the next turn, I can crack it, or I can just play another card. They're pondering, and they shuffle. Okay, play the Cryo, draw a card. I drew a Floodplain. And Flicker. Maybe they were looking for a land. They are leading on a Ponder, so they probably were looking for a land. Plays Island. They shuffled again that time. Okay, let's just cycle for an Island. And then play the Chancery. Passing the turn. I have 1, 2, 3, 6 in the graveyard, so Terrors are online now. They Brainstorm. And then they mental note away the Brainstormed cards and Ponder. So if they don't find a land, they did, and they go Delver. So let's see. Do I have a win? I might have a win here. That's pretty sick. So we can High Tide, Snap. I'll have 6 mana. Archaeomancer is 4 mana. Get the High Tide, Snap the Archaeomancer, then cast the High Tide. I'll have, let me think this through. High Tide, 5 mana, Snap. And then I have, oh no. Okay, we're gonna count for a minute here. High Tide is 5 mana, Snap is +2 mana, so I go to 7. Archaeomancer, grab the High Tide, cast it again. And then I can, that's 5 mana, snap the Archaeomancer, replay it. But then when I snap the Mancer, I'll have 6 mana. So that's not enough. I can also snap this, play the Archaeomancer for the snap, and pass. Just don't think, yeah, it's not enough mana. Snap, untap, and we'll get back to snap. I think we needed one more land drop or a familiar in play. Our opponent replays the Delver. They're probably not going to tap out at this point. We have another High Tide. I'll play my Floodplain. Attacking for 1. I think at this position, if they tap out, we can kill them, but doesn't seem like they're going to do that. I wonder if I could actually, if they tap out, I can go High Tide, High Tide. No, that doesn't work. It'd only be for 3 mana. I need my land to tap for 4 right now for the flicker to make mana. They brainstormed, and let's see. They're going to reveal the top card, revealing a Thought Scour. And then they cycle away the Thought Scour with a Lorien. It's interesting that they did that because they could have kept... So they don't have the Thought Scour in hand now. They're attacking in for 3. So I think I need to, like, force an action. Okay, we have a Cryogen. Or Cryo. Let's play a Cryo. Draw a card. We can attack with the Archaeomancer. And then pass the turn. I'm trying to set up a combo kill. 7 mana for the opponent. Seems like they have no other threats. They're attacking me to 14. I'll just lock down the Delver and draw a card. We can find a Lorien revealed. Play an island. They must only have counterspells. Attack in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can play the Lorien revealed and I think I should still pass. Maybe on their end step I will try to flicker. They have 8 cards in hand. I will attempt a Ghostly Flicker. We're playing around Spell Pierce. What? They had no answers? Or maybe they just yielded through their turn? We draw 2. Another Cryo. Okay. So I will play Faithful. Play the Archaeologist. Go to 15. We mill Flicker. I'll take the Flicker back. And then attempt to snap the Delver. Don't think I've played a land this turn. I have not. They use a counterspell. We're going to cycle the island, play out a land, attack in. I'm just waiting for my moment. They draw another land. So they just have lands, I guess? Okay. They are going to cast Lorien Revealed. 6 cards in hand. They have 4 mana. Gets in for 3. It's like pretty fine. I think if I could find one more counterspell, it would be okay. They might want to play a threat at some point. Guess not. I'll attack you. I just have so many cards in hand. Play a Relic. Go to 14. I'll play out my land. Guess I'm just going to continue to pass. They draw for turn. Plays another land. Attacks in for 3. Okay, I'm at 11. There's a snake. 5 cards in hand. Sleep of the Dead on the Archaeologist. Okay. Let's attempt to flicker Cryomancer. They're going to have a counterspell. Alright. So let's go Cryo the Delver. Draw a card. An island. 4 cards in their hand. We found a familiar. Play the fam. Let's cast High Tide. And they scoop. Okay, they just didn't have anything going on, so we just win. That's fine. What do we want to do? I think we need negate over prohibit, because it counters their counter spells just like prohibit does, but it also counters the Lorien revealed. And then from there, I think we're just going to resubmit. Okay, we have a really good hand, I think, here. We're kind of missing lands, but maybe the Archaeologist can draw me a Lorien revealed. Probably just going to try to slam the familiar on turn 2 and hope that they don't have a Force Spike or a counterspell. A lot of decks have been playing Force Spike lately, but can't really play around it. It's just playing scared, I think. Alright, let's play a land. Pass the turn. We drew a second Archaeologist. Does that mean I want to just play the Archaeologist on turn 2? That might be the case. Our opponent brainstorms. And they don't shuffle or anything on their upkeep. Looks like they're holding... Okay. There's a Delver, so it'd have to be a Force Spike. Let's cycle. I think I'm going to try to get the familiar into play. Land, play the familiar. No Force Spike. We know they're playing Sleep of the Dead and Demon Inferior. Will the Delver flip? They flip on a Lorien Revealed. They cycle the Lorien Revealed in upkeep to not draw the Lorien Revealed. They have an island in hand and 1 unknown. I mean, they draw an unknown, not the Lorien revealed. Plays the island. Okay. Getting in for 3. So I'm going to try a Fallaji, hoping to draw a Lorien revealed. We completely whiff, so I'll pass. Maybe I should have gone for Brainstorm on their end step. Really need a second land, and we milled 2 of them. So we have 18 lands in the deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 13 lands left inside of the deck. They play another land, Ponder. They cannot play a Terror yet. They draw their card. Plays a Delver. I'll attempt to Brainstorm. They could easily counter this. They decide not to. Okay. So we'll put back an Archaeologist and the Jolted Awake, and then cycle for an island. Play the island and play a Fallaji. What do we get? A Lorien revealed or a Jolted Awake? I think I just take the Lorien here. More lands. And attack in. Now I can set up a Flicker and Snap and all that good stuff. I have the negate to protect now. There's 1 Glacial Floodplain left in the deck. Our opponent flips on a Lorien revealed. They have 6 damage in the air, so it's a 3-turn clock. Bashing in. Lorien and 3 unknowns in hand. Cycles the Lorien. Okay, so their hand is all unknowns again. Plays out an island. We have another Flicker. We'll cycle for an island. It really feels like I'm running out of lands. Play the island, and I will attempt to snap. They use a counterspell. I will attempt to negate. Gonna be returned. Awesome. And then I can snap this one here. Bonk. Untap again. Do I want the Jolted Awake? What am I going to Jolted Awake back? I have nothing that I can get back. I can get back the Archaeologist. So I'll untap these. Then I guess I could just Archaeomancer for the negate though. If I played a land, I did play a land. I have to decide. Do I want to get back the Jolted Awake and return the Archaeologist to the table? That could help to draw me into a Cryogen. Okay, we're going to go Mancer. Get the Jolted Awake, and then cast it on the Archaeologist and pay the energy. We get the Archaeologist, we get a Lorien revealed. It's pretty sweet. We milled some more lands. Getting in. They play a Cryptic Serpent, Delver, and a Delver. So what do I want to do? Okay, Faithful is great. I'll play that. And then I think I just grab another land. Play the land. So they're holding up Spell Pierce already right now. I suppose I can stop on their upkeep. See if they find a Spell Pierce. Delver. What's it going to reveal? Reveals a Brainstorm. Okay, I'm going to Flicker here on the Archaeologist and the Archaeomancer. They do have the Spell Pierce. That's not good. They're getting in, so we can chump 1 time. Now they get to see basically a whole new hand with the Brainstorm. Plays another Delver and a Cryptic Serpent. So can I make infinite right now? I have a Ghostly Flicker. I can Flicker here, get back the Snap, snap a Delver, Ghostly Flicker. I will return Snap and grab another Snap. I also have this Sunscape Familiar now in the graveyard. So I'll take the Snap. I already targeted a Snap. I'll take another Snap. Okay. Now I think I can make infinite life. Because I can Flicker here. Archaeomancer. Get back the Jolted Awake. Jolted Awake. Return the Familiar. Pay the energy. Snap the Archaeomancer. Untap. Snap a Fallaji, because I don't care about their creatures now, because I'm going to make infinite life. Snap the Fallaji. Untap. And infinite life. Let's go. Get the Ghostly Flicker. That was sweet. So right now they have 12 plus potentially 9 on the table, so we have to go to like 40 life. Currently 1455 on clock. So I really like the synergy of milling myself out, grabbing the Jolted Awake back at the Familiar. That was cool. Even with just 1 Jolted in the Waken the deck. And our opponent conceded to the infinite life. So thank you, opponent. I'll see everybody else in round 2. We're here in round 2 versus Super Doleos 99. Okay, so oops, turn off the upkeep stop. Our opponent playing familiars. Okay, let's play land, and I really want to play the brainstorm. Let's pass. They could be playing Coggate. Looks to be familiars. They're gonna play a fam. We're gonna brainstorm. We'll put back Chancery and Archaeomancer, and we'll play a familiar. They play a cryo, draw a card, and an island. Journey to Nowhere. That's weird. So not standard deck over here. I'll play out the familiar and pass. I don't have a way to deal with the Journey to Nowhere, so that familiar's gone forever. We have Prohibit though. Okay, our opponent flickered the familiar. That is not... They should flicker the island, and that would actually give them an extra mana here. That would make that flicker a 1 mana draw 2. But instead they flickered the island. Let's draw. We have a flicker of our own. So next turn, I can make infinite mana. I can High Tide, Archaeomancer, High Tide, Ghostly Flicker, infinite. I think I have to have another island though. Play the Chancery. I'll pass. Okay, so they look like they're probably playing Reality Acid. So they Dreamstalker. It's like an acid trip deck. I'm just trying to see if they will tap low. They return the cryo. Plays a Chancery. Okay, they pick up the land. 2 mana. They play a Cryogen Relic. Okay. They could flicker here and then pick up the cryo after flickering it, which would be kind of neat. We have our own relic. So I think... How many counterspells do I think they have in their hand? I think I'm just going to try to go for it. Cast High Tide. Cast Archaeomancer. Get the High Tide. So this gives them a ton of mana. But if they only have 1 counterspell, then I can win. Cast the High Tide. And we will flicker. Actually, if I play the relic... Play the relic. Might... No, there's nothing I can really draw. Okay, we will flicker here. I have 1 mana left over. Counterspell. I will counter your counterspell. Oh yeah, we got there. Unless they have a Thraben Charm. Sweet. So our opponent is playing a Familiar's Reality Acid deck. We're gonna get rid of the Faithfuls. We're gonna bring in the Negates. We could have 1 Revoke Existence for their stuff here. I think we just want to have a lot of counterspells. That was awesome. Oh, maybe the Murmuring Mystic isn't really necessary either. I could have brought in an Exclude instead of that. And we drew the Murmuring Mystic. Can I keep a hand that has double Brainstorm? So I'm really reliant on the Brainstorm to draw land. We're gonna do it. We can get rid of this Mystic. Play land. Pass to the end step. Maybe they will cycle. Okay, they are gonna cycle. Let's see what they get. Probably a duel. Yep. Let's brainstorm. Hoping to find something. Okay, we're just gonna concede. Brainstorm locked myself to oblivion. Okay, that was a bad idea. Let's get rid of the Murmuring Mystic here. That did not go well. Classic 1 land keep that I love to do. Let's mulligan. That's a 0 lander. This I cannot keep. If this were... Yeah, I should mulligan anyway. Okay, we have... Let's keep... Get rid of Mancer. Get rid of... Snap or Negate. I'll get rid of the Snap. Play Island. We will cycle for our plains. Not the greatest start, that is for sure. So my 18 lands kind of wrecked me here. I'm going to place an island. We have a Brainstorm. I think I'm going to Brainstorm. Let's go to the next end step. I guess I could play Familiar. So actually, let's cycle for an island, then Brainstorm. We'll put back Lorien and Snap. Or wait, put back Snap. No. I want to draw one of these cards, right? So put back the Lorien. Put back the Snap. My turn. Chancery. Pick up the Plains. Bounce that guy. And then play the Fallaji. We mill. We're going to return. I think it's going to be the Flicker. Pass the turn. I feel like my opponent's going to Reality Acid. They play a Sunscape Familiar. That's it. Okay. We'll play an Island. Pass the turn. Plays another Familiar. That's not very good. So they can counterspell some stuff. We find a Familiar. I'll play out my Familiar. Play Plains. They only have 1 blue mana, and I have the negate right now. But I'm wanting to try to find a Cryo so I can draw cards. I will probably flicker the Archaeologist and the Island. Depends what they do. They're lacking blue mana. They're just passing. Ooh, Brainstorm's pretty good. Play the Chancery. Pick up the Plains. Guess I should wait for their turn. No. Let's Brainstorm. Okay, put back this land, and we have a Prohibit now. Put back. So if I put back one of the Prohibits, I can flicker the Archaeologist, draw the Prohibit. Okay, I'll put the Prohibit on top. Flicker. They have a counterspell. I think I will use my negate here. And we'll return a Prohibit. That's the turn. I'm out of action. I am looking to draw into a Lorien Revealed, Cryo, Flicker. We play a Cryo, we're going to immediately counterspell. So now they could have a Journey to Nowhere. Looks like they didn't have it. We have another Familiar. Guess I do want to play the second Fam. Pass the turn. They play Cryo again, I'm going to counter again. Let's pass. Holding lands for Brainstorm. But we have nothing going on. They have a third Cryo. Evokes a MULLDRIFTER. Oh no, they just casted it. Yikes. I have no MULLDRIFTERs in my deck. That's really bad. Play out a Familiar. This is like the Spider-Man U meme. They cycle the Lorien Revealed. They had 1 negate already. They have 2 blue mana now. Casting Journey to Nowhere. Probably takes out the Fallaji. They decided to take out a Familiar. It's kind of strange, because it didn't really matter. Come on. Okay. So not taking the Lorien Revealed is hosing me. They Teferi's Time Twist their MULLDRIFTER. So when does it come back? Beginning of the next end step. They're just passing the turn. Their MULLDRIFTER comes back. It's a 3/3. They draw 2. They discard to hand size. I have to try and play Lorien Revealed. They have a counterspell. I don't think I can win. Pass the turn. This was really sad. Ephemerate the MULLDRIFTER. We're gonna concede. Draw. I was just so far from doing anything. So I didn't have any action. All I had was counterspells and mana. We'll see in round 3. Round 3. Okay. Seems fine. I'll keep. We can play the Ash Barrens. So would this have been better as a contaminated landscape? I'm not sure. Play the Barrens, pass the turn. I can maybe Fallaji into Jolted Awake a Cryo. That'd be pretty sweet here. I think I should be less aggressive about cycling the Lorien Revealeds because I really need them for drawing mana. Our opponent's on a black-white deck. That stinks. We're going to go Chancery, pick up the Barrens, and cycle. Oh my god, I misclicked. That was disappointing. I just was like, they were just paused on it for so long that I wasn't paying attention. Yuck. They were like sitting on my trigger for 30 seconds. Plays an Ancient End, so this is a refurbished Familiar deck. Thraben Inspector gives them 2 artifacts in play. I could Brainstorm into the Fallaji, but I don't have the second blue, so let's just play the Fallaji. Grab the Brainstorm. Play a land. We'll Jolted Awake the Fallaji Archaeologist. We're gonna grab Snap, I think. Pass the turn. Now that is awesome. Fallaji into Jolted Awake. To get back the Fallaji. I can understand why the original list was playing 2 Jolted Awake. We're expecting to see a refurbished familiar here that would cost 2 mana right now. So what would I discard? I guess the brainstorm. Then I can snap their creature, cast the Lorien Revealed, make up that value. Oh no, the refurbished familiar. They have Basilica. They're gonna pick up the Ancient Den likely. I guess I can snap my own creature. No sense not to. Down to Prohibit. Let's play Chancery. Pick this up. Snap the Fallaji Archaeologist. Untap. Guess I can Brainstorm. See if I find a familiar. Put back the Plains. Put back a Lorien. Just gonna snap the... Should I snap the Refurb again? Snap the Refurb. Untap. I can compulsive myself. Discard a land. The Plains. Find familiar. Play Archaeologist. We'll return Cryo. Sweet. Your turn. That was a turn. I did a lot of things. It's only turn 4. It's so much easier to play the game when your cards cost 2 mana and not 5. They kill my familiar. That is just disappointing. Why gotta do that? I think I am going to discard a Lorien Revealed. Then we'll go land, play a Cryogen Relic, draw a card. And then I will flicker Cryo Archaeologist, draw 2, and then pick up a flicker. Your turn. We're back to 7 cards in hand. I found the High Tide. Getting close, getting close. I don't have the Jolted Awake. I don't have the Archaeomancers in hand. One of them plays Goliath Paladin. Okay. They go into the Undercity. Getting in for 2. We drew an Archaeomancer. Let's see. High Tide. Then I have 7 mana. I can Archaeomancer. There's got to be a line. There's got to be a line. I can Archaeomancer for the Jolted Awake the Familiar. And I have 2 mana left over. That doesn't do it. I can still Archaeomancer. 5 mana. Archaeomancer. Get back Jolted Awake. Jolted Awake. Get back Familiar. Pay the mana. Pass the turn. So I have Prohibit for another counter or removal spell. They're going to go Scry 2. They went bottom, which is good. We can beat 1 removal spell right now. They attack in for 2. Nope, 5. Might as well attack in with the Goliath Paladin. The Fallaji Archaeologist will just block that thing. Sacrifice yourself. One plays a Core Skyfisher. That's okay. Then they can play the Refurb for 2 mana. 1, 2, right? Which is fine. We'll discard this Floodplain. Okay, discard. Now they have 1 mana left over. We can beat like an Ephemerate or something. This feels like an Ephemerate style deck, probably. And then we'll just go infinite on the next turn. They Glinhawk. Don't care about the Glinhawk. Sure, pick up your Refurbished Familiar. My turn. Time to go nutso. We found a familiar anyway. Okay, so that just makes it really easy. High Tide. We'll make infinite mana. We'll draw infinite cards. Combo time. Let's go. Draw some cards. Draw a card. Draw some more cards. 4 mana on the table. There's the other Archaeomancer. Play an island. Play the Archaeomancer. We grab High Tide, might as well. High Tide again. Flicker. Untap. We're going to flicker again. Get back. Flicker. Get back. Snap. We will snap the Archaeomancer. Just to untap all my lands. Archaeomancer. Get back. Snap. Snap Archaeomancer. So now we have to figure out how we want to win. I guess I can just like flicker the Fallaji until I find... Look at the Fallaji. Looking for the Mystic. Take the High Tide. Flicker the Fallaji. I guess that this doesn't work if I find the Mystic later on. Okay, there's the Mystic. So High Tide. Play Archaeomancer. Get back Jolted Awake. It's just flicker for Snap. Jolted Awake. Target the Mystic. And then we'll flicker. Get back the Jolted Awake. Bring back the Mystic. It's on the table. We'll pay the 4. Then I will snap the Archaeomancer and untap a bunch. Probably better if I yield through the turn to make sure I get all the mana I need. I'm just trying to get back my other Archaeomancer here. Then I will pass the turn. So let's go Mancer for Jolted Awake. Jolted Awake on the Mancer. And then Flicker. Get back Jolted. Get back Flicker. Jolt back the Archaeomancer. Oh, the Compulsive Research was in the deck the whole time. That's fine. I don't really want to Compulsive them. I just want to attack with a million birds. We're going to get back High Tide. Flicker here. We'll snap. And then I'm going to snap your board. Bounce it. I think I actually should play this other familiar out. And then we will go ahead and snap your last creature. Untap. And now, do I have any more prohibits in my hand? Nope. So let's return the flickers. Make sure I just have enough to cast all the prohibits that I want. Get back Ghostly Flicker. We have 7 cards in hand. Let's Ghostly Flicker and get back a snap. They're at 22. I just have to make birds. Something tells me that it would have been easier to just kill them with compulsive. But it's pretty sweet to have all these birds on the table. I think I'm going to get back a High Tide. We're going to discard a hand size, discarding the Lorien Revealed and the Island. This deck sure goes off hard. I cannot even see what my board is. I have some very large amount of birds. I should probably quit at this point and then count later. Alright, your turn. Discard, discard. Our opponent gets to make a treasure. We have 28 birds. They go Suffocating Fumes. I will cast a High Tide. And then counter it. Opponent plays a Plains. Plays a Refurbished Familiar. So, I think I should probably just counter it. I think I'll cast another High Tide too, just to make sure that I have enough mana to do all these things. Tide. Counter the Refurb. I have to scroll around and try to figure out where my Archaeomancers are. Way over here. So what's your next thing you're going to cast? It's going to get countered. Skyfisher. I'm just going to counter it. Flicker. We'll return the Prohibit and the Flicker. And then counter it. Donk. Yes, it would have been much easier to compulsive them. That would have we probably would have been done already. Plays a Thraven, that's fine. I'll snap it. And then Flicker. And return the Prohibit. They get a clue. They have 1 mana. Cast a Glinhawk. Counterspell. I think I'm good. Go to my turn. We will attack for a bajillion. Hiya. Opponent is being attacked by 43 cards, and we win the game. We also take the initiative. Prohibit is good. Exclude is also good here. We can probably trim some Faithfuls. And then I'm wondering if we want to trim a Snap or a Flicker. We do have to have the Mystic and the Compulsive in the deck so that we don't accidentally not have a win con. They're pretty slow though. I didn't even need the Faithfuls last time. I'm going to see if I can get by on maybe not playing them. Could also bring in Dust to Dust. Get rid of 2 Faithfuls and bring in a Revoke. See how that goes. Could be a bit of a risk, for sure, for sure. Okay. Opponent kept 7. Our hand is really medium, but we do have a turn 2 Relic. We can crack the Relic as well. We have the Lorien Revealed, potentially. Looks like they're going to duress me on turn 1, so that stinks. Takes away my Relic. Bummer. If we lose, I'm probably going to go Dust to Dust. Like full on remove your artifact lands hate. Pass a turn. One plays a Scoured Barrens. We don't have a ton of artifact lands. Play the Chancery. Pick up the island. What do I want to do this turn? They have another Duress. I was thinking about cycling a Lorien Revealed for an island so I could get it back with the Archaeomancer, but it seems like I'm just going to try to play it out later to get it back. Plays another Scoured Barrens. We'll play island and pass the turn. They have a Refurb. That would stink. We'd have to discard Mancer or Mystic. Probably the Mancer. You really need to slow down on the Duresses. We're going to counterspell your Lembas. They play a Scoured Barrens. Play out a land. They have 3 cards in hand. A little bit nervous about them slamming the initiative here, but the Prohibit can counterspell Refurbished Familiar. 4 mana. Yeah, they're trying to play a refurb. We're gonna counter it. They don't need to tap 4 mana. They only need 3 mana. Kick that prohibit. No refurb for you. So best draw for me is an island, so I can cast the Lorien Revealed. Draw another prohibit. I think I'll cycle the Lorien Revealed. Grab an island. And then Archaeomancer. Get back the Lorien Revealed. They're gonna kill my Lorien, or my Archaeomancer with a cast down. 2 mana available. Dawnbringer Cleric will exile the Archaeomancer. We have 1 left on the deck. We can make infinite birds with 1 Mancer. I can also Jolted Awake on the Cryogen and then Mancer back the Jolted Awake. But they have this Dawnbringer here, which is kind of annoying. Just going to draw 3. Draw 3. Lay out a land. That's the turn. So I think I'm going to play the Familiar, but maybe I Jolted Awake the Cryogen. They play Thraben, crack the clue. Gets in for 1. Let's play Sunscape Familiar. Play Archaeomancer. We'll return the Prohibit. They have the Ephemerate. I did expect that. I'll go ahead and snap the Dawnbringer Cleric. Untap. Turn the Prohibit. Now I can Jolt it Awake or just hold up Prohibits. I think I'll hold up the Prohibits. On their end step, I can Jolt it Awake the Cryogen. They go Dawnbringer. Oh, this is sorcery, so I cannot do it on end step. Counterspell. There's a Relic. Counterspell again. Okay, there are 2 cards in hand. Let's 1, 2, 3. Play Murmuring Mystic. Land. Jolted Awake the Cryogen Relic, which is so sweet. Draw a card. We'll pay the energy. We found a Familiar. I can Flicker. Get back Snap. Snap. Then I'll have 4 mana. So I think I should just Flicker here. Draw 2 cards. Get back Flicker. We win the match on the round 4. Round 4 versus Orbuletto. They, I believe, like to play grindy decks. This hand seems okay. Brainstorm can fix it. I think everything seems cool that we have. Play Island, pass the turn. Colony Garden. Okay. So let's Chancery. Pick up the island. We're playing against Green-Black Gardens, which is just grindy, grindy, grindy. Plays a Nile Spellbomb. Picks up their land. We'll play a land. We'll play a Faithful. It's going to be such a pain. What should I do? I can Brainstorm. Just set up the next cards. And then I'll probably Chancery back the island and discard it. We'll go top, pass. But if I use a compulsive research, I can't kill them in 1 turn because of the Nile Spellbomb. I'd have to go for the Murmuring Mystic. So maybe that's not so good. Duress. Let's Brainstorm. Put back Flicker. Put back Compulsive. So they can take the Lorien Revealed. They take the Brainstorm. Interesting. I think I'm going to have to compulsive research myself. Discard a land. Play to the Chancery. Go back to 7. Your turn. Our opponent plays Pestilence. I don't know how I beat this. I can make infinite life. No, not right now. I'll play a Cryogen Relic. I have to like snap all the creatures that are on the table in order to win. I don't know if I can do that. Play a land. Guess I just play Faithful. That's the turn. They play another land. They have 3. It'll be 4 black sources. Let's cycle the Lorien. Grab an island. I have a second Flicker. Play a Sunscape Familiar. Pass. They have Viscer's Insight. Okay. They play their food card, Nutrient Block. They have 3 black available. So I think... Can I win? I would have to draw a High Tide, right? Let's cycle the Lorien again. Grabbing an island. Draw. 3rd Flicker. Play Island. Play Archaeomancer. Oops. Play Sunscape Familiar. Play Archaeomancer. I will return the compulsive research. And then I'm going to have to respond to whatever they're doing. They activate Pestilence. Okay. Activate Pestilence. I will flicker Archaeomancer and the Relic. They activate the Pestilence again. So do I want to just let the Archaeomancer die? I don't think so. Going to flicker Island Archaeomancer and return the flicker. They let that come back. Okay. Flicker is going to resolve. Draw 2 cards. Archaeologist. Go ahead and flicker here. I should just draw a bunch of cards. Or I can just flicker these. Let's flicker here. Now they're cracking the relic. I mean, should I just make infinite life? Sweet, they concede to the infinite life. Thank you. So we definitely need a double revoke. We need the negates. Maybe even the prohibits. I'm gonna cut the faithfuls. And then cut a couple of snaps. They don't really play creatures. Okay, we're just gonna submit. It's very difficult to beat the Pestilence deck. The fact that we had infinite life was just really big. I'll keep. We can brainstorm into Fallaji. Can't believe we won that. Land. Pass the turn. Wellspring for the opponent. Kind of looking for a white source so I don't have to cycle the Lorien. Brainstorm. Okay, I'll put Lorien Fallaji. So we draw the Fallaji Archaeologist. We cast it. I will pick up the Lorien revealed. They bog away Brainstorm, Snap, Flicker. Only have 1 snap left in the deck. Plays a couple nutrient blocks. Draw another Archaeologist. Going to grab my dual land, put it on the table, and pass the turn. No sense attacking. They're not doing anything. Let's grab another island. Draw. And now I can play land. Mancer. Get back the Lorien revealed for another land. Your turn. They draw 3. They draw, gain 3 life. And kill the Archaeologist. Or the Archaeomancer. Plays a Colony Garden. And draws a card off the nutrient block. 26 life for the opponent. Okay. Found Chancery. So I'm going to play the Familiar. Chancery. Return. Island. Pass the turn. Trying to get into a position to win the game. I'm going to play a Swamp. They go cast down. I'll flicker. They Viscer's Insight to draw some cards, trying to find a way to kill my creature. Archaeologist. We mill Archaeomancer. That's not good. Pretty not good. Rutrow. We have a Mystic. So let's play the Murmuring Mystic. And then go ahead and cast Compulsive Research, target myself. Make a bird. I'll discard 2 cards. Discard Archaeologist, Archaeologist. Play land. That way I have the Prohibit and the Negate available. Attack in. They block. We can hopefully negate the Pestilence. And then hopefully take it down with all the birds. Pestilence on the stack. Counterspell. And they have a removal spell. Cast down, targeting the fam. Okay, it's dead. Sad. Plays Cauldron Familiar. Okay, let's play this Cryogen Relic. Draw a card. Another Familiar. I think I have to just grab an island and attack with everything. Then, because I need to hold up Kicked Prohibit for another Pestilence. They're only playing 3 in their deck. Plays another land. 5 mana. They Viscer's Insight. Should I counterspell this? I guess I'm going to counterspell it. Should I then crack the Relic? We're going to crack the Relic. Draw a card. Another Familiar. Jolted Awake. We can Jolted the Relic. Okay, I'm going to bring back the Cryogen Relic. Pay the mana, or the energy. Draw a card. On High Tide. 2, 3, 4. I think I have to tap out, playing Familiar and casting a Lorien. We found a Negate and another Cryo and a Brainstorm. So if they play the Pestilence this turn, we can take it down and then try to set up. We have to find our last Archaeomancer. Yeah, that's not going to be very easy. Our opponent plays the Pestilence. Now they can wipe the board. They decide to kill just the birds. Are they going to kill everything? 3. They don't. Okay, are you going to kill my mystic too? Everything is dead. That means the pestilence is dead, right? No, not right now. So let's... We don't want to waste the revoke existence on the pestilence if we don't have to. Play a cryogen. Let's brainstorm. Put back revoke. Put back a familiar. Play the chancery. I'll pass the turn. The pestilence will die. Now we just have to counter their card draw, and we should be able to take it down. Plays a Limbus. I will counterspell. 1 card in hand. I'll play familiar and a familiar. Let's see if there's anything on top. Maybe I should... Let's just brainstorm. On revoke existence. Darn. So I'll put back island, revoke existence, chancery, pick up the island. Probably going to have to crack the relics to draw cards. Maybe just 1 relic. Having Jolted Awake. I will counterspell your duress with a negate. Draw a card. Draw the revoke. So then 1 more card we knew about. Island. Alright, I have to pass, I think. No Mulldrifters means basically no win condition. They play Ichor Wellspring. I will counter. Okay, my turn. Can I find anything? We'll draw a card. No! Running out of stuff. Pass the turn. Find Ghostly Flicker. Play Island. Pass the turn. Opponent's passing. They have 3 cards in hand. We'll play the Relic. We find Lorien. Cast Lorien Revealed. Have to find my last Archaeomancer. There it is. So, play another Relic. I can make infinite mana. Need a counterspell. Let's cast a Brainstorm. None of that was good. Put back these 2 cards. Cycle for an island. Do I have any counterspells left in my deck? I have 1 Prohibit and 1 Snap. Grab the island. I guess I just land High Tide. They kill a familiar. That's okay. Cast a High Tide. We'll go Archaeomancer. Get Prohibit. Then make infinite mana. This is nutso busto right now. We have to actually compulsive research them. Crazy. We have to draw into a 2nd Flicker and the Snap so that I can get enough mana to Jolted Awake. And that's probably why the person that created this list originally was playing multiple Jolted Awakes. It just becomes really difficult now. We'll draw 2 cards. Draw 2 cards again. 4 cards left in library. Draw the Prohibit. Let's Flicker to make mana. Oh, we have the 2nd Flicker now. So we can Flicker for the Jolted, Flicker for the Jolted, and then get back the Archaeomancer, and then make a bunch of mana, and then get back all my creatures, and then pass with the Murmuring Mystic so I don't have to... Okay. Make a bunch of mana. I'll Flicker, get back my... Do I have any snaps in here? Oh, there's just 1 left in the deck. Oh no. Oh no. So I have to get back the Flicker. I don't have Preordains. They have a Fairy Macabre. Okay, I'll Flicker now. Wow, that's not good. Flicker. Jeez. They concede. There was definitely a way. They conceded a little early. It's fine with me. But it was going to be really complicated. We had to draw into our Snap so that we could make infinite of white and blue, and then Flicker for the Jolted Awake, cast a Jolted Awake, snap the Mancer, replay the Mancer, get the Jolted Awake the Mancer. Then I have 2 Mancers in play. Then I can get back the Flicker, get back all my Flickers, get back all my counters, and then compulsive them. That was crazy. I'll see you in round 5. We're in round 5, and we have 1 land, so we have to mulligan. We're on the draw versus Navier Stokes. Mulligan. Okay, this is much better. Keep. So, do I want the Flicker or the Snap? I guess I'm going to put the Snap on the bottom. If I draw a Cryo, that Flicker's going to go insane. Slagwood's Bridge for the opponent. We're going to just play our Floodplain, pass the turn. They are on Jund Wildfire. Can I beat Jund Wildfire? I do not know. It's going to be tough. They put another swamp on the battlefield. I already have land going, so I'm just going to run out of Fallaji. Let's see what we mill. Land, prohibit. I'll take the prohibit. This is a deck that plays Nile Spellbomb in their main deck, which makes it difficult to win. But 4 Flickers helps power through that. They play a Vault of Whispers. Now they can refurb me for 2 mana. Darn. So I will get rid of Snap. Play land. Let's try Compulsive Research. Try to draw back out of that refurb discard, but I need to hit like 2 lands here for that to be useful. We can discard 2 cards. Discard Faithful and a Brainstorm. Not very good on that one. Should have brainstormed. Okay, your turn. Plays a 5th land. We've got a Writhing Chrysalis. Gets in for 2. This Flicker's kind of rotting in my hand right now. Probably Brainstorm. I could snap the Fallaji Archaeologist. Looks like they're going to Duress or cast down my creature. Or cast another refurb. A Fanatical Offering, sacrificing the other item. Let's Brainstorm. Put back Flicker, Archaeologist, I guess. Maybe Flicker and DeLorean. Play the Archaeologist. Really trying to find a familiar, but the Archaeologist does not draw that. We can draw into... bummer. DeLorean revealed. This is not going very well. Then I will just cycle for a land when it has another Chrysalis. Big Spaghetti. We're getting wrecked by the big Spaghetti. Find an Ichor Wellspring. I am ready to go to game 2. Plays a Wellspring into a Wellspring. I can win this if I like somehow have a High Tide rip. Just gonna block. Play Fallaji again. Completely whiffed. I'm gonna go to the next game. So how far were we away from a High Tide? Pretty far. Maybe I could have won that. So there's a couple of options. I think I'm just going to bring in some Dust to Dusts and some Hydroblasts. Now I have to make some more cuts. We're gonna cut 2 snaps. Maybe 1 Archaeologist, 1 snap. Okay, we're on the play. Let's keep a better hand. Seems fine. Our opponent keeps 7. Running out the Chancery early is a bit risky because of the Wildfire possibility. I think I want to play the Cryo on turn 2 so that I get through a Duress. Looks like they're just going to Duress me on turn 1. No Duress. Play the Cryo. Draw a card. Drawing a Lorien. I think I'll go Island. Maybe I'll just play the Fallaji first. Play Nile Spellbomb. Into a Duress. Getting rid of the Lorien revealed. No red man over there. We draw a Familiar. Let's run out of Fallaji. Take the Hydro. That's pretty good. Play the Chancery. Having a Mancer in the graveyard there is not good. To say the least. Not good. Definitely need to Jolted Awakes. Sort of a learning experience, I guess. We'll play the Familiar. Play a land. I think instead of playing the Archaeologist, I want to play the Archaeomancer for the Lorien reveal, forcing them to crack the Spellbomb. Cast down. Okay. They go Landscape into Chrysalis. We can lock down the Chrysalis with a Relic, which is cool. Plays a Wellspring. They have 3 cards in hand. They're sort of out of stuff, but also sort of not. So actually I think I want to Chancery back the Island, and then Brainstorm. Let's put back Island, and we have this Dust to Dust, which is pretty good. And the Brainstorm. We'll go Jolted Awake on the Sunscape Familiar. If this resolves, then we get the Familiar back. Hopefully they crack the Spellbomb, I guess. They didn't. Alright. We'll play out the Fallaji, draw the Brainstorm. Okay, actually I'll take the Flicker instead. That's the turn. Maybe they just had more cast down, so it didn't really matter to them if I Jolted Awake to my Familiar or not. So in Paper Magic, John Wildfire has been timing out and drawing constantly, been in the draw bracket. You can see here that it seems like there's a lot of decisions that they're having to make, which is really costing them a lot of time. They play a Landscape. Looks like they're going for another Chrysalis. Playing a Wellspring. They'll have 2 cards in hand. They can pay the mana for the Spell Bomb. It's in for 6. I'm fine with jumping. I'll play out an island. We'll go Archaeomancer, try to get back the Jolted Awake. Are they just gonna crack the Spell Bomb right now? Maybe I'll just go for the Lorien Revealed. The juiciest target. A draw 3. Can I have a Lorien Revealed back? They say yes. Okay. They go for a Duress. I'm gonna Ghostly Flicker, Archaeomancer, and Cryogen. Currently cannot cast down. They could have a red spell, and I have a Hydroblast for it. This will force the Spell Bomb crack, probably. Get back the Ghostly Flicker. But they could also just crack right now. We drew a second Lorien Revealed. They're going to crack the Spell Bomb. They can't pay. They decide to take the Hydroblast. And then they Cleansing Wildfire their bridge. Okay. Grabbing a Swamp. They play another bridge out. They crack for a Swamp. Get in for a lot. I'll block. We're going to dust your red lands. And then land. Archaeomancer. Get back the Hydroblast. Attack for 1. They can crack the land for a red land. Cast down. It's not good. Gets in for 10. Yep. We can lock down one of the Chrysalises. I'll draw 3 cards. Finding a Hydroblast. Lock down a Chrysalis. Find a familiar. Let's play Island. Attack in. We'll take 4 going to 2. I guess I'm dead to a Chrysalis, but I don't think I could win anyway. They play a Wellspring. I kind of have to find a Flicker. Get in for 4. I go to 2 life. Found the Flicker. No way. Okay. I will play out Sunscape Familiar. Land. Play Sunscape Familiar. Cast the Lorien Revealed. Okay, we have double Flicker. Passing the turn. Discard Chancery. So we have to... I guess they cannot cast a Nyxborn this turn. We block and block. We Flicker. They have a Pyroblast. I have my 1 Hydroblast in hand. We'll counter. Can't believe that I'm still in the game here. This is very tight. I will return Flicker and return, guess, the Hydroblast. They pass the turn. I'll just... Let's play out a Mystic. Cast Lorien Revealed. We get a bird. We have a Snap. So now I can bounce your... I can make infinite birds here by snapping my bird, which also makes me infinite white to take down the Wellsprings. I think I'm just going to snap the Chrysalis. Untap. Wow. Flicker. So this is infinite birds because you have to cast 2 spells to get back Snap and cast Snap, which makes 2 birds and one of the birds that you can snap. Bounce that. Untap. We'll Flicker here. They concede. But we're going to go to sideboarding. Somehow we won. Don't know how. Now, is Hydroblast better than Prohibit? And is Dust to Dust better than Revoke Existence? I have all these questions, but I don't have any answers. Some would say that it's better to go 2 Revokes, 1 Dust. Maybe just 2 and 2, and then cut a Snap. I want to keep them off their bridges. Okay, so we have Dust in hand. We can Floodplain and then turn 2 play a Floodplain and then turn 3 Dust by cycling the Lorien. You know what's neat here is this Archaeologist. It looks like it's on the same section as this. This is from Brothers War. I don't know. It's sort of similar looking to the island I have already. We'll keep. They play a bridge. I'll play a Floodplain. Landscape for the opponent. Casting a Lembus. They don't have black right now. We'll go ahead and cycle. Get the other Floodplain and play it. Can Dust to Dust carry? They play a Vault of Whispers, so this could be the Duress. Refurbish Familiar. And get rid of Island. Those are pretty easy dust your lands here. They can crack the Limbus, I guess. Gain some life. Probably what I would do. They crack the Landscape. Look, getting a black source. Lands are gone. They're gonna float a red. Okay. And now they duress. So they probably take the Lorien at this point. I'm looking to draw another land so I can cast the Lorien and draw 3. The refurb's very punishing. Another dust would allow me to get rid of Lembus plus refurb. It's hard to stay animated when it takes them 2 minutes to resolve a duress. They decided to take the Hydroblast. So does that... They do have a red source. Gets in. I will lead on Fallaji. If I find the Revoke, I will take it. We have Jolted Awake, Snap, and Compulsive. There's nothing to Jolted Awake right now. I could snap their creature next turn. Cast the Lorien Revealed. I should probably just take the Compulsive. Chancery pass. Now they have plenty of mana again. Getting in for 2. I'll try a Compulsive. Resolves. Discard a land. Go Island. Play the Cryo. Resolves. I'm just gonna go ahead and attack in for 1, I think. Might as well. I mean 0. Gotta send a message. They're going to Pyroblast the Relic after it entered the table. Okay, thanks for the cards. What? Attack. You gotta Pyroblast it on the stack, because now that it just like was a 2-mana divination for me. Actually, that was a 3 for 1. Wow. 2/2. Yes, 3 for 1. Yet another duress. Taking the flicker. Getting in for 2. We have a snap. I feel like this Lorien Reveal is not going to resolve, so I'm just going to try it. Did resolve. I'll play Island. Cycle for another Island. So now I have like my High Tide stuff coming up. I'll discard the Chancery. I'll attack it for 1. Discard the Chancery. Opponent plays a Wellspring. Looks like they are still holding up a Pyroblast. Play a Familiar. I'll attempt a Lorien Revealed. They don't Pyroblast. We have a Prohibit now. Okay. So send a message. I think I will bin the Archaeologist. Nervous about like hitting an Archaeomancer with that. Prohibit can protect my stuff. Do they have another duress? They have half as much clock as me almost. They play a Refurbished Familiar. Okay. Discard an island. Plays Nile Spellbomb. I will attempt to prohibit. Resolves. So they either they didn't care about that or they just don't have the Pyroblast. They get in. We find a relic. I'm going to High Tide. They're F6. Relic. Draw a card. Play a relic. Draw a card. Make white. Just adjust your cards that matter. And then let's draw 4 cards. Flicker the 2 relics. We did not find an Archaeomancer. Play a land. We can brainstorm. Put back land. Play Fallaji. We mill this Sunscape Familiar. Brainstorm. There is the Mancer. So we'll put back Revoke Existence. Hydroblast. We have a High Tide right now. So High Tide. Blue. Snap on, I guess, just the Refurbished. Bounce it. Untap. Make infinite mana. Can't answer. Sweet. We took the game down. Time to execute. Combo time. Get the snap. Boink. And our opponent concedes. We went 4-1 with a sick list of familiars. It was actually way cooler than I thought it was going to be playing Fallaji Archaeologist and High Tide. It felt like it was easier to find the High Tide. It's just a 2 of. So let me know if you do try this one out. I didn't really miss the MULLDRIFTER there because we had so much synergy going on. It was really sweet. I will see you in the next video.